Okay, so we're going to start off with some body weight squats just to warm ourselves up. You want to make sure you keep your abdominals engaged. So you're pushing through your heels. Slightly squeeze your glutes at the top. We're almost there, guys. And then we're going to have you hold the squat position, slightly shift your weight into one side, extend the opposite leg, and we're going to go into toe taps. So you will feel this in your quads as well as your glutes. Almost there. And then you're going to stay on hold in the single leg squat position. Keep that heel lifted, and you're going to slowly lower and lift. Just a few mini squat pulses. Again, your glutes and your quads should be talking to you right about now. Good. And then we're just going to repeat it on the opposite side. So go into that squat position. We'll go right into toe taps. You have the option to have genie arms or place your hands in the small of your back. You'll notice I go between both arm positions. So whichever one you want to do, or you can try both. Almost there. Hold it, and then we do those mini pulses. Very good. Excellent, guys. Okay, so now we're going to move on into side lunges, and we are just going to work on one side at a time. So it's going to be 20 on each side. Almost there. Good. And we switch to the opposite direction. Awesome job, guys. Okay, so we're going to move right into some plies. So you want to make sure that you just slightly angle your toes on a diagonal, shoulders are relaxed. Lower down into that plie. You want to feel the work in the inner thighs. Just lower and lift. You want to think of resisting pulling your heels towards each other as you slowly come up out of that plie. Almost like your heels are trying to meet each other. Good, and then we're just going to lift one heel and we go into pulses. Almost there. Good. Lower that heel and lift the opposite. Just want you to just hold the plie position. Just hold it and breathe. You're going to slowly come up out of it and then go right back into it again. And just hold. Come out of it and back into it again. Up again, down again. Good. All right, so now we are going to move into some reverse lunges with a knee lift. So we're working on your balance and stability here as well. Keep your shoulders back, abdominals engaged, and breathe. You're gonna hold this reverse lunge position and we're gonna go into small pulses. Genie arms, or you can have your hands on your hips, whichever position you would like. Good. Hold it just for a few seconds and then we move right into the opposite side. Same thing, reverse lunge, knee lift. So these exercises are a good low impact way to raise our heart rate. Notice there's no jumping. Good, hold it, and we just go right into some pulses. Pause and hold. Excellent job, guys. Okay, so we're going to transition to the mat. You're going to have a seat, your arms are going to be out in front. You're going to give me some half roll back. So you want to slide your pelvis under and roll back. Slowly come on up, sitting tall. Slide under and roll up. Good. You know, slowly hold here, and then you're just gonna float one leg in up, tap the toe, and back down. Good. Slowly come on up. You're gonna go back into it again, and then we do the opposite side. You want to think of lifting your leg from your deep abdominals. And then you're going to come up. You're going to sit tall. And a little slight extension. Then we're going to go into half rollbacks with rotation. You're going to alternate sides. You want to roll back up in between each one. Good. Almost there. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Good. And then now we're just going to roll all the way down to the mat and just briefly hug your knees into your chest for a little bit. We're going to go into supine spine twist. So your legs are going to be in tabletop. Option, you can always keep your feet down on the floor. Just make sure both shoulders stay down as you twist to the side, come back to the center, and to the opposite side. Alright, so we are going to go into toe taps, and we are just going to work on one side first. So you're just going to tap your toe to the floor and pull back up. You want to make sure that your low back remains in contact with the mat, and notice that I'm moving my entire thigh away. This is a great way to strengthen your abs without having to put any strain on your neck. Good, and then we switch to the opposite side. Now, if your back arches, make your toe taps a little bit smaller because we don't want your low back to arch. You should have your low back in contact with the mat. You should feel the work all in the abs. As you can see, I'm showing you lowering my leg where it's not touching the mat, so good. All right, so we're gonna move into double toe taps. So you want to curl up, glue your knees and your ankles together, and do the same motion with the lower body. You're gonna lower down you're gonna lower your feet to the mat. Keep your knees bent. We're gonna add some rotation, and we're gonna work on rotating to one side first. When you're rotating, you want to think of reaching your twist with your shoulder to your knee, not so much your elbow to your knee. And then you're going to hold the rotation as you lower and lift that leg. Keep that rotation. And breathe, guys. Inhale, exhale. Good. And now we come back, lower down, come back to the center, rotate to the opposite direction. Start off with the knee bent first. Good, you're gonna hold the rotation, lower and lift the leg. Come back to the center. And lower down, and then just briefly hug your knees into your chest. Okay, we're gonna come and rock and roll yourself all the way up. We're gonna move into spine stretch forward. So a little distance between your feet, feet flex. So it's an up and over motion, scooping the belly button back as if you're hugging a big beach ball. So this is more of a stretch for the spine. So you're not collapsing. If your hamstrings are too tight, then I would advise you to give yourself a slight bend in your knee. That way you can sit upright on your sits bones. Good. And then we are going to move right into some articulated bridges. So just lay down on your back. And slowly peel your hips up and off the mat. So you want to make sure when you're at top of that bridge, your shoulder, your hip, and your knees in one line, and you're not arching your back. Good. And I'm just going to have you hold the bridge at the top. You're going to slowly just lift one leg into tabletop, and we're going to toe taps here. So it's single leg bridge with toe taps. Make sure both your hips stay level. Good. And then readjust, shift to the opposite side, and do the same thing. Good. Hold for briefly few seconds, lower down, tap your glute to the mat, squeeze your glute and press up. So we're working on the glutes a little bit more here with some glute presses. Squeeze your glute at the top. Okay. And then we are going to move into single leg glute presses. So you're going to flip one leg up into tabletop, lower and lift. Squeeze your glute at the top. Allow the glute to relax as it lowers. Good. And then we switch sides. Almost there, and then now I just would like you to just hold that bridge. We're just gonna hold for a few seconds. Just breathe. Squeeze the glutes. Feel your whole posterior chain working. And then slowly lower. Hug your knees into your chest. And from here, we're going to move right into double leg stretch. So you're going to curl up. Straighten your arms behind you, your legs out in front. Circle your arms, bring everything back into a small ball. Good. We're going to move right into single leg stretch. So what you're going to lower in between, then curl your head up again. And go right into the single leg stretch. Hug everything in, lower the head, and slowly rock yourself up. We're going to transition onto our stomachs. So we're going to work on strengthening our backs. So you want to keep your forehead down on the mat. Shoulders are relaxed, a little space between your legs. Arms down by your side. You're going to lift the upper body up, including the arms, and then slowly back down. I would like you to think length more than height. It's not how high you can lift, but I want you to think of getting taller, lengthening out. It takes a lot of the pressure out of your low back. Good, and now we're going to move into some rows. So you're going to stay lifted and just slowly straighten your arms over your head, bend your elbows, bring them back in, and then back out in front. And slowly lower down. Okay, we're gonna move into Pilates swimming, but we're gonna do slow swimming first. So it's opposite arm to opposite leg that lifts. So you're gonna lift opposite arm to leg. And slowly lower and lift. Alternate sides. And then slowly back down. Okay, we're gonna move into the full swimming. So it's a little bit faster. Float everything up, hold it for a few seconds, and then go right into opposite arm, opposite leg, just like you're swimming, but on dry land. Good. Slowly come on down. Push yourself off into child's pose. Take a few deep breaths. We're going to come on up to all fours. We're going to go right into bird dog or quadruped. That's opposite arm, opposite leg extension. And switch. Just gonna hold for a few seconds. And then we're gonna move into some pulses. So both the arm and the leg pulses up. Switch sides. Very good. You're going to stay in all fours position, and we are going to work on extending the arm out in front and then bringing it back to the same spot. So we're working on stability here, minimal shifting in the body. The only thing that I should see moving are your arms. Okay, so we are going to transition into some hip circles. So you're just going to lift your hips out, around. Good. Up, out, around, and down. This is really good to have that freedom in your hip socket. Get that joint moving. And then we're going to reverse the direction. Almost there, guys. So that same leg, we're going to move into a half kneeling position. So you're going to bring that leg out in front. Your arms are going to be open to the side, and you're going to rotate over the bent knee. Come back to the center. So just rotate over the bent knee and then back to the center. Good. All right, right, so we're gonna go back into all fours and we're gonna do the hip circles on the opposite leg. Remember, we do the circles in each direction, so. Good. Now we're going to reverse the direction. Good. Almost there. Excellent. Okay, so now we move into the half kneeling rotation on this side. You guys, I love rotation. Good, and then we're going to have you come back on all fours, curl your toes under, and then we're just going to go into just some rocking, just back and forth, simple, easy rocking. Just sit back towards your heels and then come back into the all fours position. Okay, and then we're going to move right into a full plank. Squeeze your glutes, belly button pulling up and hold. And then we're going to do a little ankle mobility, so you're going to rock back and forth. Then I'm just going to have you just hold the plank just for a few seconds. Just for a few seconds. And then we're going to move into down dog or pike, and then come back to the plank position. Excellent. All right, so I want you to come down, sitting on your heels, and we're just going to move into some arm circles. Nothing fancy, just getting that full range of motion in the shoulder girdle. And then I'm just going to have you sit and breathe. Take a few deep breaths. Hope you enjoyed this workout, guys. See you next time.